Hello everyone and welcome back to another round of GSR action. Today I'm your host Overdrive and we are here back in Bahrain for another round of tier 2 action. And alongside me today is Soren. We did get it wrong yesterday in terms of who's hosting today, but today it's going to be me, Overdrive, and Soren. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing very great. I'm quite surprised as well to be here, but happy at the same time, I must say, because I know that Tier 2 put on a big show last week in Australia, so I hope we see the same today. And yeah, just be happy then that I could commentate with you here.
Yeah, for sure. Last time out, we saw a lot of crazy races in Australia. All started from Tier 1, and then the absolute melee of a race, which was Tier 3, and I didn't keep up with the Tier 2 race, but I did hear it was probably the best race of the weekend. So maybe we're going to be in for the same sort of treat today. But talking about last week, let's go over the results from last week. So if you'd like to run through those, because I'm not too sure.
Yeah, wait a second. I have to, there we go. All right then. Yeah, so last week, of course, Rido took his first win in GSR after a very crazy and eventful race that saw multiple drivers in the lead, throwing the car away and all sorts of stuff. I mean, if you have the time, go watch it back on the YouTube. We have both the full race replay there as well as some highlight video. It was a very exciting race, and yeah, Rido won. Buva initially won on track, but he had a penalty, 6 seconds, that dropped him down to P4, so Rido earned the win ahead of Lazyboy in P2 and then Odin in P3. So yeah, very good result for the McLaren team overall. Very good result for Odin as well, as he finished on the podium. Lazyboy, I think he started on pole actually, but it wasn't quite enough for the win. Let's see if he can strike back tonight. Then I mentioned Buva in P4, Littlewood in P5, Venus and GSR-Remastered in P6 and 7, Souls in P8, Noskui, I hope I pronounced it correctly, in P9, and Aheos in P10. Hapalito, very unfortunate race. He was leading at some point, or for quite some time actually, and unfortunately, I think he spun out on his own, and in the end, wasn't enough to finish inside the points even. So yeah, let's see. I think he really wants to have a good result tonight. And yeah, we also had then Ayrton Senna in P12, JDQ in P13, Mouton and the Woos, the last finishers, in P14 and 15, and with 5 people DNFing in Australia. It was quite a lot. So yeah, hopefully we don't see that many DNFs tonight in Bahrain.
Yeah, for sure, and it's sort of been the trend with the other tiers so far that we've not seen as many safety cars here in Bahrain as we did in Australia. But
I mean, I must say, yesterday Tier 3, not a single virtual or full safety car. That is something that doesn't happen very often.
Really,
also the games sometimes send out safety cars for very unnecessary reasons. But no safety car in Tier 3 yesterday really impressed me, I must say.
Yeah, very, very clean race in there. And we shall quickly move over to the constructors and try to sneak that in. So, do you want to go for it or should I?
You can.
So yeah, after a very strong result from the McLarens, as we saw with Reddy and Odin, both finishing on the podium, they lead the constructor standings on 41 points with a 14-point advantage over Williams. Red Bull are in P3 with a great drive from the reserve driver of Buva, giving them the majority of their points. Ferrari in P4 with a solid haul of points as well, and then Hassan Alpine tied in 5th and 6th with Racing Bulls on 1 point, and the other 3 teams yet to score. And we shall now get back to the action for the Tier 3 race, but I'd also like to quickly mention the combined constructors. Now, obviously we did see a RB driver win yesterday in Tier 3, but the other tiers haven't been looking too strong relative to the Tier 1 lineup of Speed Demon and Trixie. So how do you think that sort of dynamic is going to play out? Because we did have a lot of people saying that RB was going to be the team to beat, but so far they're looking kind of beatable.
Yeah, I mean, I must say, I'm sorry, I was looking at the penalties, so we can cover them as well in a second. So I'm not sure, did you mention the combined constructors now, or the Tier 2 constructors?
Combined.
Combined. Yeah, I mean, we're so early in the season. It is virtually impossible to say who is the team to beat. We have some strong contestants, but we also, I covered that with 8 in the week 2 preview that you can check out on the YouTube. And there will be also the next one coming up as well. Where we talked, it is pretty interesting how we got like we've got like 3 or 4 very good teams at the moment, but they all are just doing exceptionally well in one tier. We've got the Racing Bulls in tier 1. Then we had, for the first round of the season, McLaren here in tier 2. And I'm gonna be honest, I can't remember who it was in tier 3. So we always have like one tier where a team is very, very strong. But in the other tiers, the same team is not doing so well. In fact, they barely score points. So it's very interesting dynamic in the combined constructors, because it could change like literally any week. And I would even go as far and say if there's a team that has a very good result in 2 tiers in the same week, this could already be maybe season deciding. Obviously, it's a long season to go. After this race, we still got 10 more rounds to go. So can't really tell what's happening, but I think it's just so much dynamic in the whole combined constructors that it's not really. I couldn't tell who's the team to beat right now. That's all I want to say. So, yeah, very, very tough to anticipate.
Yeah, it's been very, very competitive so far. The team this weekend that has been very, very has had some very, very good performances is Ferrari, with Kuro taking a very, very surprising win last time out on Wednesday, after a late race safety car, which he capitalized on very, very well and took the win out there. And milking Bofa last night in tier 3 on a very, very good comeback drive on the alternate strategy, nearly winning the race if it wasn't for a collision with a lapped car. But yeah, Ferrari in very, very strong form so far this weekend. As we do move on to the qualifying session, we currently have Lazy Boy on pole by 1,000th of a second, which should be changing soon, as he is currently 3/10 up. But he has been looking quite competitive so far, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely, as he just goes purple in sector 2 as well, nearly half a second up here. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say I'm surprised or anything, because we know Lazy Boy is a good driver, and I'm actually so glad to see him fighting for the wins here as well. Last week in Australia, he already took pole. Wasn't quite enough, as he goes over the line now. 27.5 new best lap time of the session. So yeah, he's looking very good right now. It looks like he could take pole here as well, and maybe he can fight back from last week. Maybe he could have that win. And yeah, he's definitely one of the drivers to watch, as he will be one of them to fight for the title. I'm 100% sure on that.
Yeah, he seems like a very strong contender for the championship. Obviously, he was one of the tier 1 drivers last season, racing alongside Aid at Ferrari, and the opportunity, as we see Jazz validate that lap, I think it was a good lap as well. But I feel like that opportunity with him to drop down and obviously show his true pace on a different grid has been truly a privilege for him, as we are able to see him fight for a championship now. I'm trying to see who else is on the lap. It's very hard to keep up qualified. So I think Mouton is coming across the line. Improves by 1/10 of a second. He does remain P14 only though.
Yeah, obviously we're coming now closer to the time where most people spend their time in the pit lane, making some slight adjustments, maybe changing the tires, and then they will come out in roughly 1 or 2 minutes and go onto the final run. But we do have a couple of people on track, as we see Quick Vic here right now. Obviously, one of the drivers that got the worst out of the season opener in Bahrain, I would say. No points at all for him. And also one of the drivers to watch, as he will be, you should be up there for the fight for the wins, and maybe the championship as well. So yeah, hopefully he can bounce back from Australia, as we see him then finishing his lap time here. Currently sitting down in P16, so not at all where he wants to be. As he comes through the final corner now and up to the line. Oh, he might come into the pits. He has no ERS left. Yeah, and yeah, no battery, no fuel. But plenty of time for him to come in and go out for the final run then.
Yeah, for sure. I think this is pretty much the point where not a single person is going to be setting a lap. It's all going to be a rush to the line. at the very last bit of qualifying. I think Lama might be on a lap. I'm not too sure. As he's just down on his time. Very, very late apex from him there. Setting the corner up nicely, trying to get the best exit that he can. Is it going to be an improvement on where he currently is? He could hopefully maybe find a few positions, maybe get into the top 15, which would be a very, very good place to start. As we've seen throughout this week, where you start doesn't matter. It's all about where you finish. A lot of people have been proving that point. He's not able to improve. He remains P19, unfortunately.
Yeah, very unfortunately. But I do have to say, I have to point out, and I'm very surprised by that. I haven't seen neither in Tier 1 or Tier 3. Obviously, I didn't see all of Tier 3 as I was racing in it, but I don't see it yet as well. I don't see many like teams working together, which is quite surprising to me. Because I thought like at this point, we would see teams working together in qualifying, giving each other slipstream. The two Red Bulls there were pretty close together, but I don't think those didn't give each other a slipstream as well. And I'm quite surprised by that. Because, yeah, like I said, I thought like we would see people do it more often in a team, but obviously early in the season, many new team constellations, so they might have to get used to it again. But yeah, I just thought that we would see it at this point already.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see how the drivers develop within the teams. I do know, for one, that McLaren have a very, very close relationship with each other, but the problem is it's between tiers, not actually in the tiers, so unfortunately they can't capitalize on that. But yeah, no, we've just not been able to see anyone help out each other so far, as I think Jezza's going to be the first one of our front runners to start a lap here, one of our first contenders for pole position. Or is it going to be Hapolito? It's Hapolito in his lap, and it's a 28-1.
Oh,
only P4 for him. He's not going to be able to improve, and that is qualifying over, unfortunately, for him.
yeah, obviously after and he was even already drops down to P5 as Abu goes P3 now. So quite a couple of people finishing their lap times already. Yeah, not the greatest start for Hapolito into the season, that's for sure. Last week he pretty much lost an easy victory there. Instead of 25 points or 26, he came out of Australia with only one, no, not even one, maybe. But yeah, either way, 0. Yeah. Two. But yeah, hopefully he can bounce back as Odin then goes P6. Yeah. just forgot what I wanted to say, sorry.
That's fine. So yeah, next person to finish the lap will be Walters. The recent promo from Tier 3. After what could have been a good race for him, but he did end up DNFing, as he now has a fresh slate in Tier 2. He goes up to P10 on a 28.2. Next to cross the line, I think, will be Nosquati. I think that's how you pronounce it. I have no clue. But yeah, he's very, very down on his time. We won't be seeing an improvement there.
Yeah. Oh, then we have Jezza, but Jezza invalidated as well, so no pole position for Jezza. P2 at best for him. Quickwick also finished his lap time, stays in P16. Then we've got the Ferrari of, is that Lillelud? No, it was Kleine Pro, stays in P15. Next to Repo over the line. Lama again? No, it wasn't Lama, it was Mouton, sorry. Completely mixed up the colors there.
Reggie's going to be the next across the line. Puts it P4, the race winner from last time out. Very good lap. As Amion Curry nearly takes pole. Only 400ths off. Very, very close times here. As Lama isn't able to improve. Lazy Boy extends his advantage out top. 27.2. Really, really good lap from him there. Very, very competitive time. As I think Odin's finishes qualifying session. Souls moves up to P8. And I think that is it for all the drivers. Venus Gaming going up across the line. P14 for him. And yeah, the Woos doesn't seem like he's going to improve. So that is your grid for the Bahrain Grand Prix. We've got Lazy Boy on pole, Ami on Curry in P2, and Jezza in P3. And yeah, it is looking very close out up top, with almost a tenth separating P3 to P7, P3 to P8 in fact. And maybe even 9. Oh my goodness. Well, actually no, my maths is horrible. Just ignore me. But yeah, it's not a 10. Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely very close. Except maybe between Lazy Boy and Amion Curry. And actually, I've got to say, it's a very interesting starting grid now, because we got Lazy Boy on pole position again, just like in Australia. One of our quickest drivers, that's for sure. Then we've got Amion Curry on his debut, I believe. I think he didn't race last week. So we pretty much don't know anything about him or her. I don't know. So yeah, and then we've got like Rido, the race winner in P5. We've got Habalito, one of the quickest for sure in this tier in P9. Yeah, very interesting grid, that's for sure.
That is for sure. I don't mean to toot my own horn here, but I do see Odin using my helmet from last season, which is very good to see. Yeah, just to quickly run through the rest of the grid. Apibaka, Oceana on a very good lap takes P4, Redu P5, Jacho P6, Odin 7th, Souls in 8th, Hapolito in P9, Waters in P10, Vipex P11, Nosquati in P12, Lilude in 13th, Venus Game in P14, Muton 15th, Climber in 16th, and I don't get to see the rest. But yeah, that is
Quick P17, the Woos P18, and damn it, now I can't see the rest as well. So I tried my best to cover it.
It's fine. Yeah, everyone will be able to see it in a second anyway. And yeah, the starting grid only means so much, as it is most likely going to change so drastically going into turn 1.
Yeah. Quick information, we still have Formation Lab activated in Tier 2. So we'll have a Formation Lab. Yeah, just besides that, because in Tier 1 and Tier 3 we eliminated or got rid of the Formation Lab, because it was causing bugs. For Tier 2, we're gonna try it now to see if it works. And most of the drivers actually said they wanted to keep the Formation Lab, so we kept it for now in Tier 2.
Yeah, it's been very interesting. I feel like it's worked in the other tiers. The lap 1 incidents have sort of died down as everyone's a bit more, I want to say, patient. And I feel like that's also attributed to everyone having the same level of tyre temps at the start of the race.
No hard runners as of now. Pretty much everybody's starting on the mediums. Oof. And now that I said it, Mouton might start on the hards.
Yeah. And it's going to be interesting to see, like, what strategy works.
A couple of guys changing now, actually.
Wait, how are you even seeing this?
Press, like, the menu button and then go into Race Director.
Oh, okay. As we're going on the Formation Lap now. I'll put the gap in it. But yeah, it should be interesting to see how this works. We've seen the alternate strategy work almost in both tiers that have raced so far, with Kuro taking, obviously, the Miracle win on Wednesday, and last time out yesterday, milking both and nearly making it work. Just one more lap was all he needed. 1 second off taking that first win of the season.
Yeah. Actually, I'm quite curious. Matt, you're one of the quickest driver in this league for sure. But what is important around a track like Bahrain? Like, I think you could give a better insight than I do, because you're so much better than me.
No, around Bahrain, it's really about just making sure that you can make your mediums go as long as possible, in my opinion. I personally think the mediums are quite bad at this track. I think it's better to run a set of softs, but the softs don't go as long as the mediums. So that's the only reason why you can make it work for a one-stop, to go on mediums. So I'd say it's all about maximizing your medium tyres, and then after that, just seeing what you can squeeze out of the hards. Because the hards are just so much better than every other tyre on this game. In terms of just tyre wear, the race pace. So it's really important to just sort of almost sacrifice your medium stint just so you can have a good hard stint. And I think that's what we'll be seeing from a lot of drivers today. And I will just put the tyres on. Drivers like Souls, Walters and Mouton, in about 4 or 5 laps time, will be clawing their way back through the field as those hard medium tyres start to die off.
Okay, and who would be your pick now for the win? Let's go in. Let's get a commentator curse starting.
I was a big cursor last season. A lot of people did get cursed, but I'm gonna go bold. I'm gonna say Amion Curry on debut will take his first win.
Oh, okay. I would have said Lazy Boy. I think after Australia now he comes back stronger, and oh my god,
he gets disqualified. Great start. Great start. But that doesn't mean he has no tyre wear. So maybe it's strategic.
Okay. Good. Then I'll let you do the start, yeah?
Okay, cool. Perfect. But yeah, as we wait for the final drivers to line up, Eheho taking a sweet time to line up here. as he's the final driver to line up for round 2 of this Tier 2 championship here in GSR. As we're now waiting on the grid for the lights to come. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go after a very long hold. Amion Corey's not off to a great start. Lazy Boy's off to a really good start, taking the lead here, hanging on to it. GSR-PL is up into P2. He's going to try hold it around the outside. Very good start from him. He's gone a bit deep as Abubakar Hotiana is going up the inside. He's maybe able to take that position into P2, just about not able to. Amion Corey has dropped a few places, as now Reddy's going to be trying to capitalize on that. He's going to the outside of the Alpine driver down into turn 4, as we see Souls making a very late move up the inside, and he's made contact. He's lost his front wing and spun. Abubakar spun as well. Contact with I forgot who he's racing, but there's a carnage going on in the back. I think the Woos as well has crashed, and I think that is a safety car already. That was very chaotic there.
Yeah, definitely a very chaotic start to the race. We saw already out of turn 2, 3, a collision between Hapa, Lito, and I'm not sure if it was Mouton maybe. There were 2 cars basically spinning out of turn 2 already, having a little collision. Then obviously everything that went down in turn 3, turn 4 I believe it is. So many collisions. We actually see a couple of penalties for Abu, per specific maybe 10 seconds for a severe collision. I don't know who that may be. And we also have the first DNF of the session of the race in form of a Heyo.
Yeah, very unfortunate for him, but once again Hapolito just getting the unlucky end of the stick, down in P19 already. And it's just not where he wants to be. It's really unfortunate for him there. And also Abubakar, after a very good start, has lost out there, which is really unfortunate.
Yeah, there was a very optimistic dive from Souls. I think he was in a fight with one of the McLarens. I think it might have been Odin. And yeah, it was clearly that he braked way too late and hit the car of Abu in the process, I think. Luckily now, for those drivers involved, there is a safety car. They can come in, they're gonna change the front ring, and I guess there are gonna be a lot of people doing that. 5 people in the pit lane already. And yeah, so luckily for them we have a safety car, so they can catch back up and don't lose too much time.
Yeah, it's a very weird position to be in off lap 1, because obviously when you put under a safety car, the goal is to try gain time, but everyone's going to be pretty much on the same level of tire wear, which is going to be hard to
actually you could go into the Discord right now and see and the stream would see the same, right?
Let me,
because Walter sent a very interesting video in in tier 2 chat that basically showed from his perspective what happened there.
Oh wait, should I put it on stream?
You could just maybe put in play it in the Discord and make full screen. Would that work?
Yeah, I could play it on the Discord. Yeah. I would.
Actually, the stream sees that already. Yeah.
No, I have to.
That was what happened in.
So this is Walter's.
Oh no. Oh wait, actually, does the stream see it?
Oh yeah, they do.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, good. That was very interesting contact. Oh Jesus. Yeah, that is a bit of a race replay mid race. Hopefully, like the game evolves to a point where we can actually, get something like that. Something's happened to Amion Curry. He's just lost about like 4 positions. I don't know what from.
Oh god.
But yeah, that's very unfortunate for him. Yeah, the commentator's curse is already kicking in, and it's only lap 2.
Oh my god, what's gonna happen to Lazy Boy then? Odin, 10-second time penalty, ignoring yellow flags.
I think that has to do something with Amion Curry. I think something's happened between those two.
Surely. Yeah.
And, oh wow. This is not looking good already.
Uh-oh. Yeah, definitely a little bit more chaotic than last week to start here. That's for sure. Hopefully we can get back racing soon. We still have a couple of cars being quite far behind actually. So hopefully they can catch back up. Planet Pro, Quick and Abu.
Oh wow, I'm reading from Abubakar right now. He has rear wing damage. which is, yeah, that is a rough one to drive with.
That is usually one of the only legit reasons why I would retire in a race.
Yeah.
Like rear wing damage is so bad on this game, or in general. Like the car just is basically undrivable. You're gonna be so slow through mid-speed corners. The car feels so unstable that this is legit the reason for me I would retire, because there's no point in continuing. You're just gonna be a roadblock basically in a race.
Exactly. Yeah. And the rear end is going to be very unstable. Yeah. Someone in the chat said, "I don't know this league, but I like Mr. Odin's name, so go Mr. Odin." Thank you for tuning in. First of all, welcome to GSR. But hopefully, Mr. Odin can get his first win. He was looking very competitive last time out, but it's just not looking too good so far with that 10-second time penalty. As we are waiting.
I mean. Obviously, penalty not good for him. 10 seconds is very bad. Oh, Mouton had something. Mouton spun out.
Safety car's in. Oh my goodness.
Oh, no.
That is very late for it to come in.
Worst timing for a spin ever. But I just wanted to point out McLaren is doing good again. Although Odin has a 10-second time penalty, they are still P3 and P4 at the moment.
Yeah, very, very good position to be in, as the safety car came in very late. As Larzy Boy, he pins it now on the restart. Very good restart for him. Already 0.4 of a second between him and Jezza. Reggie not getting the best restart he wants. Odin is very, very close behind. I don't think he's going to go for a move here, but we see people going too wide in the background. I think Amion Curry is one of those drivers, as he's getting overtaken by Vipex. He's been ran a bit wide, as there's two people on the inside. Jatro's got through, so has Walters. Amion Curry's had a really, really bad restart here, as Walters is up into P7. Vipex now goes side by side, as we see an Alpi go off in the background. That's Abu Bakr once again. I think that's that rear wing damage kicking in. Walters now trying to set up a move on Vipex. He's not able to make it work. But yeah, just a really bad restart again for Amion Curry.
Yeah, but I just wanted to point out, very great restart from Walters, as we see Lama and Venus going side by side into the happen now. I think Lama has the better hand here. Lama did some great work from the poor qualifying, as we also see, what was it? Souls running right there? No, not quite sure. Oh, we see Quick and Kleine Pro side by side into the tricky turn 10. Little bit of contact there. Hopefully nobody got damaged there. And Kleine Pro ahead for now, but now Quick and Souls side by side into turn 11, the long left-hander here. He's made it stick. And Kleine Pro through.
Yeah, really good move. As there's so much fighting going on, I don't even know how to keep up. Hapolito's got past Venus and Lava's Brown. No, that's really unfortunate for him. And yeah, that's just the worst to go around.
Lillelud. Lama tried to move on Lillelud and no, not Lillelud. Kleine Pro. It is then, and they both spun out there, I think.
Yeah, Souls has got 3-second time, but see, so much is happening off of this restart. Lillelud gonna make it past Venus Gaming. Venus Gaming does come into the pits. Reggie sets the fastest lap of the race. I thought he was in the lead for a second, but yeah, DRS has now finally been enabled for the first time this race, as we see the Aston Martin and the Red Bull going side by side. They're very, very close here. Nosque, the Squaty is getting in on this action. Walters now trying to defend here. Going around the outside, he can't make the move stick, but Amion Curry is through. Nosquati is getting a good exit here on Walters, and he's got the switchback on him up into P8. Walters down into P9, and Amion Curry is trying to make the best out of the really bad situation that he is starting this race with.
Yeah, but I do think that Walters shows us that the hard tires and the mediums are pretty much equal, as we see Walters now side by side with Nosk. With the better end for Nosk. But Walters might not be quick enough yet, but it clearly shows that he could be in 1, 2 or 3 laps, that he will be quicker than all of them. Because he is already making good use of the hard tires. It's just not enough yet, but it will be in a couple of laps time.
Yeah, the hard tires will be coming alive very, very shortly. Obviously, we did have that safety car, which is going to benefit a few of the medium runners, as they aren't going to be stressing those mediums too hard. As we now see Jezza very, very close to Larzy Boy here, as Amion Curry's made a move on Vipex before they even get onto the DRS straight, which might not be the best thing to do, as he now doesn't have DRS. But it's now all eyes onto the top 2. We've got Jezza following Larzy Boy. He's going to stay in medium. He's not going to go for it just yet. I think he wants to set a move up into turn 4, as he looks to the inside, and yeah, he's not going to obviously go for it from there. And I think Vipex is going to be going for it on Amion Curry. He goes for a late dive down the inside, tries to get his nose in, but he's not able to make the move stick. and he's going to lose a bit of time on exit. Going back onto the front fight. There's so much going on right now. I can't keep up. But yeah, Jezza can't keep up there. Happy Back has got a 10-second for speed in the pits. And yeah, very unfortunate race for him. It just wasn't meant to be this time out.
Yeah, and I like I said, like I mentioned, I definitely understand the reason behind retiring with a broken rear wing. It's just undrivable. We've seen him spun off at the safety car restart, and yeah, he was nowhere near the pace. So I can definitely understand that. Thanks for retiring in the pit lane, mate. Cause yeah, we don't want to see another safety car, as we got a lot of action right now anyway. So we don't need another safety car to have more action.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of DRS trains forward, which is making the racing quite interesting, as people are very, very risky with the move so far. As I think Nosk is going to be going for a move on Vipex. He's really, really close. He's not able to go for it just yet, as Vipex has now lost DRS range to Amion Curry. Amion Curry has very, very good race pace here. Despite the bad restart and the bad race start itself, he's keeping up with some of these front runners and even gaining back some time on them. As we now go back up to the lead fight, we do see Jezza burning his ERS this time. Is he going to go for it into turn 1? Lazy Boy has a bit more ERS. He's still going to be burning down into turn 1. Jezza, he's going to go back down into none. He's not going to commit. As we see further back down the field, we see them go 3 wide into turn 1. Walters makes a move on Vipex and Nos. And Vipex is going to go down the inside. A very, very late lunge. Walters is going to get the better exit. He's got the drive. Oh, it's the corner. Very good move from him there. He's not got DRS though. Vipex is going to the inside line. Is he going to make the move stick down into turn 4? Yes, he is. As we're going to see Nos go for a move down the inside. Very late move. He cuts the corner, gets a 3-second time penalty, and that still moves round. He's caught straight out of nowhere, as Nosk and the Walters are now going side by side through the S's section. My life is so interesting right now.
Oh my god, that was so unfortunate for the Woos. Like, he was not a participant in this three-way fight, and he just got the worst result out of it. Yeah, surely this is getting reviewed by the stewards after the race, because the move from Nosk anyway was quite something. But I also want to point out, look who is right behind Walters and Nosk. It's Zapalito. He got his way back into P10 already.
Very good comeback so far from 19th about 5 laps ago. He's already in the points paying positions, which is unfortunately to say better than last time out in Australia. So yeah, it's going to be a big step up for him, as he is one of the drivers that we could see fighting for the championship. It's just that he needs luck on his side. Again, going back to this lead battle, Jezza just doesn't have the ERS. Lazy Boy seems to have the pace throughout the lap to sort of build up enough battery to stay in front here.
Yeah, we saw something pretty similar play out last week in Tier 1 in Australia with Speed Demon and Trixie, where, you know, Speed Demon just put in the right kind of strategy in terms of battery deployment and everything, so that he stayed in front, and there wasn't any chance for Trixie to overtake him. I think it is a little bit easier here in Bahrain to overtake, but right now, Lazy Boy is doing everything correctly, and let's see if Jezza is just waiting for a good opportunity, if he's saving as well, or if he really is trying to get past. But he also has to look into his rear mirrors, because he got 2 McLaren right behind him, and Jackie as well, as Amion Curry is falling back a little bit, a very tiny bit.
Yeah, he's sort of in that no man's land position where he's not able to gain on the pack in front, but he's also not able to lose the pack behind. But we do see him there. He's in the frame. I mean,
he gained like 4 tenths right now in turn 10. Yeah. That was a pretty good corner there for him.
Really, really good corner.
So if he can get inside the DRS of Jackie, that would be enough for him. I think then he could stick with them for the rest of the race. But getting into that DRS window when nobody's doing any mistakes here is kind of difficult.
Yeah, it's one of the hardest things you can do on this game, I'm not going to lie. As we do go back to the lead fight, Lazy Boy 70% ERS out of that final corner. He is looking very, very comfortable in the lead of this Grand Prix. As Jezza just doesn't have the ERS to fight it, you do have to think, when does Redu call it, and when does he want to try take P2 here, because he will want the strategic advantage, as we once again see Walters and Vipex fighting. It's almost like a sort of mini rivalries forming. Vipex trying to get the switch back. He's now got DRS and now into turn 4. It's not the best exit, but he's on the softer compound tires. They are going to be a bit more dead. He's got the straight line speed. He's got DRS, burning his ERS all the way down to turn 4. Goes to the inside. He's able to make the move stick, as he's not got the exit though, as Walters gets a really nice switch back. What a move from Walters there. up into P7. Very, very good racecraft for the for P7 in this race.
Yeah, in the meantime, we saw a penalty for the Woos, 10 seconds for speeding into the pit lane. Yeah, very unfortunate for him. This race is just falling apart, basically. We also saw for a brief moment, yellow flags in Sector 1. That was for Lillaloot, if I'm correct. The Ferrari driver seemed to have spun out of Turn 2. He was for sure going very slowly down the second straight. or whatever you want to call it. So down the run towards Turn 4. And got overtaken by a lot of guys, including his teammate Kleine Pro. So Lillaloot now down to P15 because of that.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate for him as he has let his teammate through, and a 3-second time penalty for him. It's just not getting any better. But Jezza, once again, very low on the battery. Lazy Boy is very, very comfortable here. Redu, he's catching, but you do have to think, when does he pull the trigger? When does he decide that it's his time to go? Or maybe he goes for an undercut here. No one really knows. As again, we see in the lower fight, I think Vipex is coming to the pits. He's calling an undercut. Haplito now on his comeback drive is going to go to the inside of Nosk. He's going to go late on the brakes. He's going to put his nose in. He's going to have DRS for the next straight. Very, very good move from him there. Nosk is going to try and get the exit, and which he does. He gets to switch back out of turn 2. He's going to be side by side with him. He's not going to have the straight line speed though, as he won't have the DRS. He's low on battery as well. Haplito is up into P8, which will be provisional P9 once Vipex is once everyone has pit for fresh tires. But yeah, very, very crucial move for him there.
Yeah, definitely. As we're getting closer to the pit window right now, 9 laps or 10 laps at the end of this lap for the medium runner. So we could start to see more and more people coming into the pits. Obviously, if Vipex just came in, we might see some more people, like you mentioned, Rido, maybe going for the undercut. Clearly something has to change, and the McLaren, they're so close together, they're gonna have to come in on 2 separate laps, that's for sure. And yeah, I wonder how the things will play out. One stop is a little bit difficult here. It is possible, but a little bit difficult, and a 2 stop is also a valid option. So yeah, will be interesting to see then how things will turn out as we're heading now down towards the start finish straight, and we might see some people then diving into the pits. Let's see then.
Yes, for the first time in what feels like ages, Jez has got ERS to try put up a fight against Lazy Boy. Is he going to be able to make the move into turn 1? No, he's playing it patient once again. But he did have ERS this time, and he will have ERS on this exit. Is he going to be able to make something happen? As Haplito gets a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pits. It just doesn't get better for him. Jezza now, is he going to try and make a move for the lead of this race? No, he's not. He's going to remain patient, as Mutuan is going to gain position to the people at pit, as Souls is retired from the pits. I think he could have wing damage.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised by that as well, because I always say, like, anything can happen, and it usually does. So there could be a late safety car, anything that could change the whole thing up. Even with the penalties now, they could have a huge effect on you if at the end of the race there is a safety car. It like could set you down like 3-4 positions in worst case for you. So yeah, and also that is like for drivers that don't have a penalty, who are still at the back of the grid, like Venus, like Lama, it is still worth continuing on, because there could be something happening and Lama just gets a penalty. But yeah, anything can happen, so it might put you into the fight at the end again. Not maybe not for the win, but like for some good points positions. You never know. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's always an unknown with what can happen later on in the race. As later race safety cars, they're not very common, but they're not impossible to get, and they could definitely shape up races to be very, very good at the end of the race. As Odin now, he's going to pull the trigger. He's going to be the first one out of the lead group to come into the pits. Unfortunately, though, he is going to have to serve that 10-second time penalty, which is going to do detriments to his race.
Oh, yeah,
Once
true.
again, Jezza, he's just not close enough to make something happen, as Lazy was looking a bit shaky on that exit, though. But I don't think it's going to be enough. And Odin, yeah, he's been held quite a bit. I think he's going to come out maybe in the fight with Vipex here and Haplito.
Oh yeah, that could be very much the case, although I think he will even come out behind them.
Oh wow, that is really bad for Odin.
Yeah. That's really tough. Now he has to fight his way through this group of 3 people, and we have Vipex and Haplito, and well basically all 3 have been fighting the whole time since they came together here. So it will be very difficult, as we also see maybe a move from Nosk on Haplito here, down towards turn 4. No, Nosk stays behind for now. And of course it doesn't help Rido as well that his teammate is now all the way down in P12. Cause he was kind of a backup for him, could have helped here, but now he's gone, and yeah, now we see them coming in anytime soon. And also keep an eye on the gap to Walters. He is on the hard tire, so he will stay out a little bit longer. So we might see that gap dropping down now as well. But yeah, first of all, the big question is, will those 4 people on mediums at the front, 5 people on mediums at the front come in now, or will they stay out?
Oh, fake from Lazy Boy there. I think Jacho is going to commit on that. He's going to come into the pits. It is important to note that the mediums do go about 13, 14 laps here on maximum tyre wear. But with that safety car, it is going to be a bit longer. As we see a yellow flag, I think that's the Red Bull of Lama. As he's had a spin. Yeah. It's very unfortunate for him. Once again, Jezza doesn't have the pace here. Quick got past Jacho. I think he made a move, but it was just him bitten. Yeah. Also now with the people staying out, it does help Odin a little bit actually, because each lap they stay out, it helps him to get closer again. I mean, getting 10 seconds on them is very difficult, but I do feel like he could get closer to them again with coming in so early. Yeah, very much so, as he is going to be finding a lot of time here. These medium tires are just going to be struggling for life. I think Walters is going to be trying to get in on this fight if he can, maybe. Depends on how long these guys do stay out, as it could be as early as this lap for all 3 of them, in fact, 4 including Ami and Curry. But it's just getting to that stage of the race where we are seeing the race contenders actually sort of like pan out and see who's actually contending for the win after the pit stops. So much can happen in that first stint, but realistically it is a strategy game, unfortunately, on F1 2025, as Lazy Boy's in, Jezza doesn't follow, Reggie follows Lazy Boy in, and so does Ami Curry.
Yep. I'm actually quite happy that the race has calmed down after that chaotic beginning phase, actually. So quite good to see that we got a couple of battles forming every here and there, so we don't have to focus on everything at once. And yeah, I don't think there are any position changes now. Lazy Boy still ahead of Rido and Ami and Curry. Mouton also went into the pit lane. And Jaccio actually. Oh, he could come out ahead of them.
Nearly ahead of Reggie.
Close.
Oh, as he's going to have the warmer tyres.
Oh, it's going to be tough. He basically only has this one chance, as there's a Sauber quick besides the track. He's getting out of the way there. Not enough for Jaccio. Stays behind Rido for now.
Very unfortunate for him. I don't know what's happened to Kvik. I think he had a spin because, he was a lot further down the road. I'm really, really confused as to what's happened there.
Yeah. Now, obviously, the big question, how long can Jezza stay out? Because each lap he could stay out longer. It will help his hard tires at the end. But also means he could fall further behind Walters, Lazy Boy, and Rido. And how long can Walters stay out? Also the big question here.
Yeah, we did see Milk and Bofa go about 20 laps on those hard compound tyres. It did seem a bit of a stretch on those hards, and he just didn't have enough time to maximise the pace on those medium tyres. So it'll be interesting to see what Walters does with that information.
Jezza ran wide! Wait, did he? I think he ran wide.
He might have. He's got a rear left puncture. He's got a rear left puncture, and he's got a penalty going into the pits. He's gone too far on these tyres, and it's gone completely wrong for him. Oh no!
Oh dear. That's really gonna hurt his race now. He's got a 10-second, which won't be served now, which is maybe unfortunate as well, especially if there's a safety car at the end. But oh my god, it was one lap too much, and that's gonna be Lazy Boy and Rido already got past him, and he will even fall behind Ami on Curry. And yeah, that's it. Just ahead of Vipex, Sapolito, and Odin, who are still fighting, by the way.
Yeah, still out in this grid fighting, as Odin does get past Noske. Very important move for him to make as he tries to salvage this race. But yeah, it's just Bahrain. It's just a track scattered with misfortune today. That's very, very unfortunate. Getting a puncture from what we can presume was the final corner. Which led to that 10-second time penalty.
I mean, it was like 200 meters later he would have been already in the pit lane, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it was just that tiny bit too much on the tire. Ah, so unfortunate. I saw him go white on the minimap. I was thinking, like, that doesn't look right.
Yeah.
Then I realized he must have gone wide.
And it's just these small things you think about as a driver. Like, maybe if I didn't have that one oversteer moment that lap, maybe that was the difference between getting that puncture and obviously now losing time and getting a 10-second time penalty, which is just so unfortunate. As we see Jacho heading to the final corner now. Is he going to be close enough to Redu going across the line? Lazy Boy has got a very, very good pit stop. I didn't even realise, but he's found 3 seconds on everyone behind him, which is very, very huge for his race. He's not going to be able to go for it into turn 1, though, as he's closing. He's just about there, but he's not going to be able to make anything work.
Yeah, and Amy on Curry also 1.5 seconds now behind Jackio, so he might get in the DRS once again here. Oh, as Jacko goes for the move, nearly hitting the back of Redo there. As we also have seen Amy on Curry setting the fastest lap of the race right now. So yeah, he might find the little bit of pace that was missing and gets in the DRS, and then he could also be on the fight for, well, the podium at least, as Lazy Boy seems to be quite out of reach at the moment.
Yeah, Lazy Boy does seem to be running away with this right now, and this is one of those tracks where if you do lose DRS, it's very hard to get back in. As it's not a track like Australia where there's 4 DRS zones and it's very easy to sort of make those inroads if you do work with someone else.
Little mistake for Hapalito out of turn 10. That might open the door for Odin then. As Odin tries to go around the outside here. But Hapalito fends him off. He stays ahead for now. But yeah, there we see the pressure that is coming down on Hapalito. Making the small mistake there out of turn 10. Got a little bit of oversteer. And immediately there was a car behind him that was going for the move.
Yeah, it's not seemed like the best of races for him so far. Are we going to see a move from Jacho here? He's very, very close as Nos gets a 3-second time penalty. He's just not going to be close enough to Redu. Going into turn 1, Redu very, very good on his battery so far this race. As we move further down the grid back to Odin. Odin is a man on a mission here trying to make this comeback work. And he's up into P9, another position gained in this DRS train. And he still has DRS to the guys in front. Vipex is next.
Also tries to go through.
Noska's gone through. Haplita's got a very bad line through. That's so unfortunate for him. And, oh yeah, and he's just dropping back more and more. And one man falls, another man's rising. Odin is looking very, very racy at this stage of the Grand Prix.
Yeah, I must say, I'm gonna be honest. I'm in a positive way surprised by how good Odin has been this season. Obviously, last week he finished on the podium. A little bit lucky with people like Hapalito doing mistakes, but at the same time, you have to be there when those people do mistakes. And he was there. He finished on the podium. And now again, he did have the 10-second time penalty. He had to sit it through in the pit lane as we have yellow flags on sector 1. That seems for Lama again, I believe. It is unfortunate for him. But yeah, Odin then just has proved that Australia wasn't like a one-off. He is a very good driver, and yeah, could very well be the reason why McLaren could win the Combined Constructors this season.
Yeah, very much so. He was one of those drivers that was being rumoured to move down to Tier 3. And he's definitely been one of the most improved drivers relative to last season, as he's proven to be very much a threat here on this Tier 2 grid. As I don't think there's going to be any moves out front. But once again, we're just going to focus on this fight. As we see Kvik go very defensive on Vipex here. Is Vipex going to try and make a move into turn 1? He's going to go to the outside. He's going to commit for the move. This might open up an opportunity for Odin. Vipex goes round the outside. Odin trying to capitalize on that. He's got the better grip on Kvik, who's got very old hard tires. Odin's through round the outside into turn 1. He's now got DRS onto Vipex now. Going into turn 4, he's going to be burning. He wants that double overtake. He's just not going to be able to get it. But Vipex up into P7. Odin follows him through into P8. And the question is now, when does Kvik come into the pits on those hard compound tires, because he's just getting slower and slower relative to the field around him.
Yeah, also on Waters as well. He's still in the lead right now as well on 17 lap hard tires. Okay, yeah. Never mind. But yeah, I must say, good work from Odin there. Good job so far. And don't forget, he also will gain a position as it stands right now because of Jezza's 10-second time penalty. So that will put him ahead of the Alpine driver into P7 at the moment. But then he also has Vipex ahead of him, and it seems like Odin is a quicker driver at the moment.
Yeah, he is definitely looking like one of the fastest guys on track today. It's just another one of those what ifs. What if it wasn't for that 10-second time penalty, which by no means should have been his fault. As yeah, he's getting an exit out of getting the exit into whatever straight you can call this. I personally think that should be a DRS straight. I don't know about anyone else. Very random, but I do think it could have been one. But obviously, you should never find out with the new I don't even know what it's called. As Vipex now committing to a 2-stop. Very interesting. Kvik is coming in for his mandatory pit stop, but Vipex is calling it a 2-stop. He doesn't think he can make it to the end. Haplito now on Nosk gets through, and yeah, Odin up into P7 now. Yeah, very, very fortunate for him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, quite surprised that Vipex decided to spend not so many laps on the hards, but he spent quite a long time on the mediums. So, yeah, quite surprised by that. But yeah, okay, back to Odin then. He would be P6 even actually, as it stands right now, because of Jezza. So once again, Odin on a good run to maybe finish inside the top 5, maybe if things go the right way. But we also only have 10 laps to go, so not much time left.
Yeah, yeah, not much time left to make something happen, but we have seen it from yesterday's race that anything can happen. The closest fight we do have on track right now is between Redu, Amion Curry and Jacho, but they're all just playing it very, very patiently, trying to...
I also have to throw in the gap between Waters and Lazyboy is shrinking now massively. 2 seconds over the last, what was it, 1 lap? Maybe 2?
Yeah.
So Waters' tires are completely gone by now, and I wouldn't be surprised if he comes in now. Yeah. Yes, he does.
Right time to do
but let's see where... Yeah, well, let's see where he then comes out. I think he could come out in P... Okay, well, P10 maybe. But on the best tires then, probably. So could be working out for him.
Yeah, it could be. He could still be one to watch out for, as he is going to be making those late race moves. As it would be interesting to see where he comes out. I think he's just going to come out behind this fight of Haplito and Nosk for P7. But he does have those fresher, softer compound tires, which is very, very important, as those two are fighting through the 1, 2, 3 complex. Nos gets the better exit on Haplito, has the better drive, has the DRS, and he's through up into P7. Very good move from him, as now the Woos and Muton are now having a fight. The Woos gets through on those older hard compound tires. Is Muton going to be able to fight back? Neither of them have got DRS. They're side by side across the detection line. Muton trying to go to the outside. He's not going to be able to make the move stick. He has that clean air on the clean air on his front wing. He is going to get a good exit, but it's not enough to move into P10.
Yeah, and I must say, looking at the front, I'm very impressed with Lazyboy as well. 6.5 seconds to gap, not to redo. Obviously, the guys behind him were in a fight. We have some brief yellow flags in the middle sector. Not sure for who that was. It's Llama. Wait, no, he's in the final sector. Where's the yellow in sector 2? Okay, doesn't matter. As Llama comes into the pits to retire, I guess. Wouldn't be surprised if he does. Maybe not. But either way, once Lazyboy got out of the DRS from his chasers, basically, he completely speeded away. 6.7 seconds now, so he's completely in a world of his own now. That would be a big surprise if he doesn't win it tonight. But behind it's very close, actually, between Redo and Amy on Curry. And also Jackshaw right behind him as well. So the battle for the podium is on.
Yeah, very much so, as Nosk is coming to the pits, and Waters has got past Haplito wasting no time on those medium compound tyres, so that's 1 man down. 6 more remaining if he wishes to win this race. It is going to be difficult, but it isn't impossible. Next one up is Odin.
I mean, just imagine if a safety car would come out now. Like, Waters could easily stay on the same tyre compound. Everybody else would come into the pits.
I was going to say identical to Tier 1, as I do believe it came out on lap 21 as well.
Oh, yeah, true. But yeah, I think the gaps are quite spreaded, so I don't really see a safety car coming in anytime soon. I mean, the only real fight is between the Woos and Mouton. And besides that, not really. Well, only Redo and Amy right now as well.
Yeah.
So.
And Jachu in the mix as well. I think that's Lama trying to let some people through in the middle sector. And yeah, Kleinpro is also catching on the back of Venus Gaming here, as he's gone for a bit of a move into the turn 10 hairpin. Very, very difficult place to try and make the move stick. Moves on here also closing in on The Woos is now Klein Pro is going to try and go around the outside into turn 12. Is he going to make it stick? Turn 11, sorry. He's gone around the outside, a bit shaky on the exit. Got the inside for the long right hand in turn 12. Going into the final sector. Late on the brakes now. He's got the inside line. He's got the better grip, the fresher tyres. Oh, they made a bit of contact. And he's just not able to make it work. Walter's fastest lap of the Grand Prix, a 1:30.8. 2 seconds of a lap found on Mr. Odin last lap.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that the gap to Odin shrank down massively as well. So I think Waters definitely could make some moves here. Oh, very closely between Klein Pro and who was that coming into the pits? Actually, that was Venus.
Yeah.
If Venus would have braked a little bit earlier, Klein Pro could have very well got into the back of him there.
Yeah, very much so, as he was trying to do anything to get a slipstream to defend from Vipex, but Vipex is through up into P10 on this interesting two-stop strategy that he's committed to. But yeah, currently the race is starting to settle a bit, as it has done the past few laps. Amion Curry, he's still there, he's still just staying with Redu. It's just a question of when he does pull the trigger. Does he pull it 2 laps remaining, 1 lap remaining, or on the final lap? That's just the question that we've all got to wait to see the answer to. As we head through the final sector now, are we going to see maybe a potential move down into turn 1 from him, as he's gone a bit wide there? Not the best exit as Jacho as well. Jacho is burning a lot of ERS to stay with these guys. I think he's struggling a bit for pace. As also we go a bit further back, Walters is on the back of Odin already. Really, really good race pace from him so far.
Yeah, definitely. As we see him might go for the move then into turn 1. Yes, he seems to go down the inside. Here comes Walters. Odin, also fair play to him. He knows that he doesn't stand a chance, so he doesn't fight too hard. He just lets him go. Maybe he can pull him along a little bit, getting closer to the group ahead of him, although it will be very difficult in the 6 laps remaining. But here comes Odin then, back on him into turn 4. Dives down the inside. Little bit of contact there. Hard fighting, but fair. Side by side now into the SS side. I think Walters seems to get through now. Yes, he does. So, yeah, that should be it as we cut to a battle in the background here.
Yes, now we see Klein Pro getting overtaken by Nosk and Kvik at the same time. It's very unfortunate as he is on those old hard compound tires, which he isn't able to make use of right now. But yeah, very good overtake from I forgot who it was already. So bad.
Waters?
Yeah.
Waters?
Has my game audio died? I think it has. Oh, okay. That's so unfortunate. Yeah. Game audio has died. It's not worth restarting the game, is it? Just we might as well spend no audio. Yeah, so
I mean I'm gonna mute myself and see if it works in the stream actually, so
okay. As currently with the current situation, we do still see Amion Curry trying to make a move on Ready. He's just not close enough. Jezza has closed in on the back of this fight. Is it dead on the stream as well?
Yeah, it is dead. Okay. I don't know how that happens, but don't worry, it's happened.
I think it's been a thing on the last 2 F1 games. It's been very annoying.
Really? I've never encountered that.
I've had it a few times. I've never had it in a GSR race, but I have had it a few times, and it is one of the most annoying things to have. As we do see Kvik going down the inside and Nosk up into P11. He's going to try hang up the inside as Nosk hangs around the outside, and he's going to burn ERS. He's going to stay in front here. As we do see... Ooh. Yeah, we do see Jezza catching up a lot on Jacho. Very, very good race pace from Jezza here. He's caught back up onto this fight, and he's just right there. Both of them are low on the battery, so it's going to just be a drag race. Who can be lost to the late breakers into turn 1? He's almost burning down to 0 here into the final corner. It's all going to be about the exit here as he's just toe-to-tail with Jacho now. He's got no battery. Jacho's not going to be burning. He's burning a bit, but now he's gone into medium. Jezza is going to be trying to hyper move into turn 1. Is he going to be late on the brakes here? This might be one of his last opportunities to try to go for it. He's not going to be able to go for it. He's going to set up the switch back down into turn 4. and he's just not got enough grip. He's going to try get the exit, burn a bit of battery, and I think my game's good as well. Oh, Jesus, this isn't good.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus, this isn't good.
Oh, no.
I think it should be chill. I don't know why my game's doing this. I might need
God.
to...
Okay, then you can stop streaming and I can start actually.
Take over, okay, cool.
Okay, guys, are we back? Hello? Okay. I think we're back, guys. Hello? Oh god, that was something. Oh, we see the move from Jezza here on Jaccio. Oh, Sebastian. Oh, contact! Oh, Jezza has to cut the track. Stays ahead. He gets a penalty for that. Oh no, that was for corner cutting in general. Ah, bad end to the race of Jezza as he seems to have trouble now. He's letting Walters through now as well. Oh no, what happened there? Okay. If this is working, let me know. Okay, Overdrive is back as well.
Let me try to see if this working.
Should I screen share for you?
Yeah, that'd be so great. Thank you.
Okay, no worries. Here we go. Should be working for you. Okay.
Yes, but finally.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. So we're still here to cover the last couple of minutes then, or couple of laps, I should say. We still got 3 more to go. We just saw, you missed it probably, we saw a collision between Jezza and Jaccio. A small one, what Jezza run wide in the S's because of that and got a penalty of 3 seconds. And yeah, seemed like he let Walters through as well then. But we still have the fight for P2, continuing on Redo ahead of Amy on Curry. Little lock up there from both of them, I believe, into turn 1.
Yeah, the gaps are starting to spread out a bit. It's just looking like these two which are going to be able to fight for a position. I think Nosk is closing onto the back of Muton out of the final corner. He might be able to make a move down into turn 1.
Oh yeah, let's check it out.
10 in this race. As he's gaining down into turn 1, is he going to go for it? He's been very bold with overtakes this race. He's going to go to the inside very late. As now Muton's going to try and get the exit. He's gone a bit wide through turn 1. Nosk is through into a points paying position, but Muton, he does have the advantage with having no penalties here. So it does look like he's going to be able to take P9 in this race. If he can hang on, that is.
Yeah, indeed. That could be very good. Redo still ahead of Jezza then. We also have Kleinebro exiting the pit lane once again. Probably going for the fastest lap. Let's take a look at tires. Yes, he's on the softs now, yeah, so he surely is going for the fastest lap. Let's see if he can beat it. Fastest lap at the moment, 130.8 from Walters. But let's see then, Amy on Curry. Oh, lock up there from Redo. Might open the door for Amy. Lap 28 and of 29. Not many chances left for Amy. I think he might go this time. Down the inside into turn 1. Oh, no. Around the outside as Redo defends the inside line. Oh, Redo goes wide, pushing Amy a little bit off the track here. Oh, it's very close. Redo stays fair ahead for now.
Yeah, very, very good defending here. He's going to try hang on to it. We were discussing, will it be the penultimate lap or the final lap that he goes for? Reedy's now feeling the pressure. We see that double lockup from him there. Larzy Boy is absolutely cruising right now with almost an 11-second lead out in front. Very, very composed drive so far from him today. As I think Vic is closing in on the back of Muton, trying to get that some points paying positions, as he can make up for some of those penalties lower down the grid. He's going to be able to go for it down into turn 4. He's going to go to the inside. He's going to switch back to the outside. He's still going to be able to make it work, but it's very, very daring move from him there, as they've made a bit of contact, which is very unfortunate here as we heading onto the final lap of this race. It is all starting to spice up out in front.
Yeah, we've got yellow flags for... Okay, that's Lama letting the Mercedes of Venus through, I believe it is. But yeah, indeed, we're heading into the final lap now. Lazy Boy around the final corner and into the final lap of this race. He is cruising home to victory. Should maybe haven't happened last week already in Australia, but this time it surely will happen. But behind that, it is still open. Redo versus Amy. Who is gonna be finishing in P2 and who's gonna be third? I mean, in worst
Yeah,
case,
that's
they take each other out, and then Waters will be second, and Jackie will be third. But let's see. Not here. A big lock up there from Redo. As we go for the run towards turn 4, then. One of the last overtaking opportunities for Amy then. But it seems like Redo did a good job. And he still has a lot of errors to spare.
Yeah, very, very good defense from him there. He's been preparing for this final lap, been very, very patient all race. Probably the best driver on the grid with his ERS, and it is showing. And he's just managed to hold him off for one more lap, and that's the one more lap that he needs to take P2 in this race. As we see further back down the grid, we see Muto and Kvik again going side by side. They're losing the field in front. They might not be able to make up for the penalties here, as Muto now has lost out to Kvik. Kvik up into P11. We don't know where that's going to be on penalties. It will be P10, so this is for the last points paying position. This battle here, but I think we should probably focus back onto Lazy Boy as he enters the final sector for one last time this race. He is, wow, he has been quite a driver this afternoon, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely. I just saw that Jezza has 16 seconds of penalties. He would drop down some
Oof.
positions. But, yeah, you're right. We're focusing on Lazy Boy then. Pole position in Australia, pole position in Bahrain, and also now the win in Bahrain. That's for sure. Lazy Boy wins the second round of the season, and behind it, it is still pretty close. But I don't think there's anything challenging Redo on these last final meters. No, Redo then comes home in P2. Amy and Curry on the debut on the podium. Then Waters, then Jackie. Jazza finishing P6, but let's see how far he would drop. Actually, don't think that far, because all the other guys will also have penalties. So Odin then P6, Jazza P7. Then we have Papalito crossing the line in P8. Might drop behind Vipex though. It could be close here. Yes, he does. Vipex P8, Papalito P9. Nosk in P11, it seems. Hapelito, Quick even moves up to P9 actually. So 2 points for him. Hapelito down to only 1 point. Then we have Muton in P12. Oh, a photo finish between Venus and Lama. But Venus is in P13 and Lama is in P16. Okay, Venus DNF'd after crossing the line. Interesting. Yeah, then we've got Kleine Pro in P14 and Venus will be finishing in P15. Don't know why it disqualified Venus here. Or DNF, but he will obviously be 13. And it was 15. But the winner is Lazy Boy, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, what a drive from Lazy Boy. Very, very calm, very composed. We did see him manage that entirety of that first stint, and it has paid dividends for him as he wasn't able to make the win work last time out in Australia, but he has this time, and he is now a GSR race winner in Season 16 Tier 2. And he's looking quite in form. It's looking like this season has his name written all over it. And this can maybe be a season to become the Tier 2 champion.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we already saw his potential in Bahrain, in Australia last week. And this time, yeah, he showed it again. And the world deserves to win. And yeah, can't wait to see what the future holds for him the rest of the season. Just getting everything saved here. Race director as well. A lot of incidents as well.
Yeah, a lot. But yeah, what a great race that we saw today. I also do want to just mention Walters, that slight incident that he had with Odin that cost him about maybe a second. How much did it cost him in the end? Because that could have been that could have been a podium. He was within the DRS of the front two at the end. It just wasn't enough time. Like last race, maybe one more lap could have been the deciding factor between a podium and what was P4 for him.
All right, let's see if we can get the top 3 in for some interviews then.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Okay, nice. We've got Lazy Boy on already. Can you hear me?
Join, and then I'm pretty
Ah.
sure we can start.
Okay. Could you hear me?
No, we couldn't hear you the whole time.
Okay,
No.
I couldn't hear you apparently as well, so I was confused why nobody was saying anything. Okay. Let's see then. Just waiting for the other guys then. Okay, I mean it's on here.
Red, you
Then.
can't. So we can get Walters in here.
Oh yeah, Waters is in here already anyway.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, he is. He is.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
chilling, yeah.
I am tripping. I'm sorry. My bad.
Waters, which position did you finish in?
P4, but if it wasn't due to a few people giving me like unneeded incidents, it probably would have been P2.
Okay. Well, yeah, good. Then we'll come to that in a second. All right then. Good. Then welcome everyone to the post-race interviews for the Bahrain Grand Prix round 2 of GSR season 16, tier 2, and we start off with Walters then. Walters, P4 today, just missing the podium. Yeah, just tell us first of all how you're feeling right now after that race.
I'm very impressed, to be fair. I didn't think my pace would be up there considering how much I've been playing the game. I've seen obviously the quality times. So yeah, I didn't expect to be up here for sure.
Okay, and obviously there were big talks about you being moved up from TF3 from last week, and obviously it is a little bit different, and I think being moved up from a tier where you were pretty much fighting for wins and maybe the title as well didn't feel so nice, but I think that race proved that you could also have a say in here in tier 2. How do you feel like the competition here in tier 2 compared to tier 3?
Oh, it's obviously a lot harder, but I feel like this should be a more interesting season for me with all these people that are similar paces.
Okay, and talk us through the race a little bit. Where do you think, or where do you think things go well for you, and where do you think the podium might have slipped away?
I think the early safety car was a massive help to me because obviously I was on the hard tyres trying to make the one stop work, and that saved me like a lot of tyre percentage, and it meant I didn't have to save as much later during the race. But I also feel like if I pitted a one lap earlier, I think I could have definitely got the podium. And yeah, really, I think I took it a bit too cautious on the hards and not trying to push too much. I feel like if I went a bit quicker, I could have definitely got it.
Yeah, and what do you think, or what would you say was more difficult today, the strategy and managing your tires, or the fighting on track? Because we saw a lot of fights on track today.
Honestly, I reckon it's a bit of both. I didn't have to do too much fighting. It was just a matter of people trying to fight me. I I was a lot quicker than a lot of people, and they were still trying to not let me past almost. They were trying to defend the position even though it was undefendable. So that definitely like slowed me down a lot, which yeah, didn't help.
All right, and looking ahead now, still P4, a very strong result. Does this give you confidence heading into the next round?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Matt, on to you. If you have any questions for Waters, then.
Yeah, first of all, congrats on the podium. Very, very good drive from you.
Wasn't podium, but sorry.
Oh well, yeah, the near podium, but yeah. First of all, first question is obviously you were tier 3 last week, and it didn't go the way you wanted to last week, but you've come back so strong this week in a field which you weren't supposed to be in at the start of the season. So how do you make that mental adjustment and sort of race race in a grid which is quicker than you expected last week relative to this week?
Obviously last week I wasn't very happy that I got put in tier 3 as I obviously just started playing the game again and my times weren't up to everybody else's standard. Yeah, coming in today I definitely didn't have the confidence of coming top 4 or even like top 10. I thought the pace would be a lot further past me. It's obviously like give me a bit of a kick in the arse to go and compete for the championship this year.
And yeah, that does lead on to my next question. Obviously, barring the very unfortunate results of today, but you did start P10 today and finish P4, which is a very, very good drive from you. So with a drive like that, can you see yourself fighting in the championship? And if so, who do you think your main contenders are going to be?
Well, if whoever placed P1 is still going to be in this tier after this week, after the times he was setting, then him definitely. I think Ami is a very similar pace to me, so I think he's going to be up there as well. And happily to, I would have said. But as long as I can like have the boost to go for strategies, no one else will, because I believe I was the only one doing the one stop today, and it seemed to work out very well. If I keep taking risks, hopefully it pays off.
Yeah, very good result for me today, and that's all my questions. So congrats.
Thank you.
All right, and we move on then to our third place finisher, Amy. First of all, thanks for being here. Congrats on the podium.
Thank you.
Podium in your tier 2 debut. That's a fantastic way to start. How does it feel after your first race in the tier?
Yeah, no, it feels good. So I was kind of expecting the podium after the quali lap. I think I started P2, so I was kind of hoping I'd end on the podium, and it kind of just happened. So yeah, happy days.
That would actually be my next question already. Like, when was the point, or at what point did you realize the podium could be really like in reach tonight?
I kind of knew from the start, but I think after safety car and even during it, something happened. Like I tabbed out for a sec, and when I went back in, I was like, I think P6 or something from P4 or P3. So I don't know what happened there, but yeah, I think after that I was a bit nervous on the podium, but I got it in the end. So yeah, kind of worked out. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the only time we didn't look at the track because we were looking at replay, so we were kind of confused as well what happened to you there. So yeah, we don't really have an explanation as well. But I mean, in the end, like I said, it worked out. And what was the biggest challenge for you during the race today? What do you say?
Honestly, I think tire wear. So I like towards the end of both stints, it was really hard to on corner exits. It was really hard to find the grip. And then I think the last few laps, I was fighting with the McLaren for P2. he put in some good defense there, so I actually couldn't even get the P2 in the end. But yeah, no, so happy with the P3. So
Yeah, and after such a strong debut, do you feel this is the level we can expect from you for the rest of the season, or would you say Bahrain is just a good track for you personally anyway?
I'd hope so. I think Bahrain is probably one of my better tracks, but I think with a bit of practice, I could, show what I showed today in any track. So yeah, hopefully I could.
All right, Matt, you got any questions for Amy?
Yeah, firstly, congrats on the podium on debut. Very, very good result.
Thank you.
My first question would be, obviously, you did have that misfortune at the start and the safety car restart. So how was it like fighting your way back through the field and just sort of take us through mentally how that sort of recovery drive was for you?
Yeah, I mean, at the start it was a bit frustrating, but I just kind of had to get the head down and, stay patient and whatnot, and just don't do anything stupid. So yeah, I think we made up the places, and it wasn't too bad in the end. I think maybe I could have got P2 if it wasn't for the mistakes, but at the end of the day, P3 is fine. So yeah.
And yeah, my last question, I'm not sure if someone asked this or not, but having started on the front row on your debut and taking a podium, there sort of has to be a thought that maybe you can fight for a championship this season. So do you think you can maybe take the fight to the top guys this season?
Yeah, for sure. I think so. See, I'm only a reserve driver at the moment, so if I can actually, get a seat for every race, that'd help. But no, I think pace-wise, I could definitely do. Qualifying P2 is important, so yeah, no, I'd say I would be towards like the front end of the group. So
Very much so. And yeah, congratulations on the result today.
thank you.
Yeah, from me once again as well. Congrats, and we move on to our race winner then, Lasny Boy. First of all, thanks for joining us. Congrats on the podium and congrats on the win. Yeah, 2 poles in the first 2 races, and now your first victory. How satisfying is it to finally, to convert that pace into the win?
Yeah, I'm really happy in tier 1. Last year, had to back every race, so I'm happy I can now start in P1 and finish in P1. I didn't expect it, but my pace this season is phenomenal. Yeah, really happy.
Yeah, and your qualifying form has been very strong starting into the season. Do you feel like one lap pace is currently your biggest advantage in terms of your
Yeah.
racecraft?
I practiced a lot in time trial, a few hours, so that helped me a lot. And yeah, my pace is decent. I'm just happy. Everything.
Yeah, all right. And I would say your race basically had like 2 halves. The second half was the more easier one. I think, where you didn't have that much pressure from behind. You were just alone driving at the front. But the first half was pretty intense. You had some strong contention behind you. How much were you struggling to stay ahead in those times?
Yeah, I managed a lot. I just had my ERS throughout the whole lap, and on the straight I just used it all. So, but yeah, it was hard because yes, I think was behind me 3 tenths every lap. Yeah, I had a really downforce setup. Made of me try the setup, and I tried it, and it was really good in the race and in the quali, and really low downforce. That helped me a lot on straights and to survive basically. Yeah.
Yeah, and after 2 rounds, you're clearly establishing yourself as one of the front runners in tier 2. Are you already thinking about the championship fight at all?
Yeah, about it. My races were really good. P1. Yeah, if I stay consistent and I keep getting podium places, that will be an option.
Yeah, all right. On to Matt for your questions.
Yeah, I don't have many. Firstly, congrats on the win. And yeah, the only thing I can really ask is, obviously you have been absolutely rapid this season. Obviously taking 2 poles so far, and just showing a great display of pace. So, my question to you is: obviously, you said you've been practicing a lot. Do you think you'll be able to maintain this form over the course of an entire season? And do you think maybe that this could be the start of maybe a bit of a domination period for you?
Yeah, it could be. I don't know if I have the motivation to keep practicing every race and putting in the time and work. That could be an option. Yeah, I'm really motivated now because I got 2 wins and 1 win and 2 poles. So right now, I think I can be a championship contender. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all from me. And once again, congrats on the win.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, from me too. Thanks for joining us. Congrats on the win. And that shall it be for the commentary for the race. Matt, I let you do the end because you started as well. It was your stream initially, so you can do the end if you want.
Sure, but yeah, it's been an absolute great race. A very good week of racing where pretty much if you expected something to happen, it very much didn't happen, and the opposite did happen. So yeah, make sure to tune in next week to, I believe it is China, where we will see Tier 1 take on the Shanghai circuit on Wednesday, and obviously Tier 3 on Friday and Tier 2 on Saturday. So yeah, be sure to tune in the season where the unexpected seems to be on reality. So I was your host for most of the race. I was your host, Matt, and alongside me was Soren today. And thank you for watching, and we shall see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye bye.